All right, hey guys, this is Ham Solo K-0925. I am out in a park here in Colorado. This is the fluorescent fossil beds, which is about 7-8 miles from my house. And so I am trying out these MFJ antennas. I have the tuner set up, and this is the MFJ. All right, every time I try to record, I get somebody calling me. Anyway, so I've come into the fluorescent fossil beds about 8 miles from the house, trying to do some testing on the MFJ antennas. First one up is going to be the MFJ-1820T. So let's try that out.
Try it.
Kilo 0, Foxtrot, Yankee Romeo, park to park.
Kilo 3019. Kilo India 5, Juliet India Mike.
Kilo India 5, Juliet India Mike. Whoops.
Roger, you're at 8 in Oklahoma this morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm running about 10 watts single sideband right now off of a about a 40-inch telescopic antenna.
Well, that's amazing. To get that much power out with that little of power.
And it's 10-watt radio?
It'll go 10 watts on the external battery. On the internal one here, it's only 5. And so any external, and I usually carry 2 4-amp-hour batteries in here. So any external, it can go up to 10. But if you're running on the internal, it's only 5. And usually I try to do 5. Like if I do any of the wires, I only do 5 watts. So even if I'm hooked up to my big battery, I'll just dial it down. But on this thing, not knowing if it's going to get out, I'm just doing it on 10 just to see. But I got Oklahoma with it, so I guess it's getting out.
In Houston.
Yeah, he barely heard me, though. All right, just got Tennessee. Kilo Golf 4, Sierra Zulu, Sierra. And he was he fluctuated between 5.5 and 5.9, and I it sounded like it was a little hard for him to hear me, so I was gonna put a 3.3 down.
You got your ground plane on the little antenna. I guess that's what that is, with the 3 wires coming off.
Yeah, you can do any amount of radials on it. That antenna, let me see if I can get to their little page on it.
Connector on the ends.
I just did that for ease.
Okay.
That's not how it came.
So you just
Brilliant idea.
So you just plug the ground wire into it.
Yeah.
And one's enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all they normally recommend. So I'm getting to their what's it called, manual. All right, so this is, let's see, here. And so on their little manual, it says, let's see, where are we at? For the 1820T, okay.
Microsoft. I hate them.
All right, so for the 1820T, they recommend it being between 12 to 10 feet. And I want to say that one's 20 feet. But it might be 15. I don't remember how long it was when I cut it. And so I try to keep different distances. And but they're recommending for that antenna a 12 to 10 foot radial. And so that one is, like I said, maybe 15 feet.
Oh yeah, give me a break.
But it's working.
You can sure tell that you're vertical, Mike. I can't hear you at all on the loop, on the 80-meter loop antenna. I hear you on the half square, but anyway, I just thought I'd let you know it's definitely vertically polarized. K0FYR, KE0CO. Can't even detect that you're in there on the loop antenna, whereas you're, good copy here. All right, back at it. 7-3. Have fun. K0FYR, KE0CO.
Yeah, sounds good, Brian. Thanks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna switch the antenna up now and try something different. So it'll still be a telescopic, but it'll just be a different antenna. K0FYR. I have no idea what this is. What this antenna is.
I didn't see any label.
Yeah, there's no label. There's no sheet on it. I can't find it on their website. And so the only thing I was going to be able to do would be, hook it up to that rig expert and just see what in the hell it's resonant on, or where it's hitting, because I have no idea what this is.
40 meter.
That's what I was thinking, because it's got long taps, which are if you're on the number 1 here, and you're on the number 2, that's 40 on this one. So I'm not really sure what this would be or how tight coiled this is, because here you can see the coils on this one, but you can't see anything on this one.
That's made to be adjustable, and that's
this one's fixed, and it's not on their website. And so I think we could just run a cable to it and see what happens.
It's just got a BNC connector on the bottom.
Yeah, that's how that one is.
Is it for a walkie-talkie?
Okay.
Yeah, I hope not.
So
Right?
the
Frequency 74275 and laser stations. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Give me a second to spot you. My iPad just overheated, but I'll get my I'll do it on my cell phone. I'll spot you here in just a second.
Thank you.
All right, I tried this unknown antenna. This is the one that looks like the MFJ-1899T, except it has fixed tap points, and it's not labeled or marked, and there's nothing on the website about it. Tried it on the Rig Expert and got an infinite SWR or above 10 on every single band from 160 meters all the way up through 6 meters. So have no idea what this antenna is for. Well, I'm gonna let you go there, brother. I'm testing out some other antennas, so I'm gonna switch frequencies and try this one out.
Mike, I appreciate your help here this morning, and I'll definitely look you up on YouTube. This is UGFP Kilo 0 Yankee Romeo. Have a good day.
All right, so got initial contacts on the 1820T. Went from Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, California, into some other mid-length areas. I've now switched over to another antenna, and let's give this a shot.
Lima Victor, park to park. Roger. Alpha Kilo 7 Lima Victor.
All right, I got you. Alpha Kilo 7 Lima Victor. You're coming in probably about a 5.5 in Colorado, 5.5. My park number is Kilo 0925.
Roger. I'm on a halfway here with a tuner. It's bouncing around. That's why all the bouncing. So anyway, I've got your part. My part is Kilo 7494. I'm going to give you a 5.4.
All right, the Las Vegas contact started out on this antenna. This is the MFJ-1898. It is 80 meters to 6 meters, and it sits on top of this base plate on a copper ground rod driven into the ground. And so I'm going to use that for most of the rest of the activation.
Kilo Echo 5, uniform. Right. Thank you for the 5.9 into Colorado. You were 5.5 into Texas. 5.5 into Texas.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm actually testing out antennas for MFJ, and I'm doing a YouTube review video on it. And so this is the second contact I've gotten on this. It's a telescopic whip. It might be maybe 6 feet tall, and I've got it mounted on a copper stake, and I'm running 10 watts through it.
Oh, fine business. Did you say 6 feet tall? 6 feet?
Yes, sir. It's a 6-foot telescopic antenna. I think the number on it is the MFJ-1898. Sounds about right.
Well, very good. How about radios? Are you using radios?
Negative. I have no radios on this. It is on a copper stake that's pounded in the ground maybe 8 inches. And it's about maybe 2 feet up that copper stake, pounded 6 inches into the ground or 8 inches in the ground. And it's extending out another, maybe, I guess the total of it is probably 8 to 10 feet tall.
Oh, that seems extremely portable. Extremely portable. Thank you very much. Say I wanted to watch that YouTube video later. How would I find it?
Yeah, I should have it posted. I would imagine probably on Sunday is when I'll have it edited and posted. And my YouTube channel is ham-solo.
KJ7YYI. November 4, Golf, Whiskey 0, Mike Bravo. KJ7YYI. Strawberry, Arizona, right in the middle of the state, and you're 5-3 here.
All right, I got November 4 Mike Alpha Bravo. All right, November 4 Mike Alpha Bravo. I heard you were QRP. It's fairly light. Right now I can give you maybe a 4-2.
November 5, Mike Golf. QSL, I have you a 5-4 in Arkansas, Alpha Romeo.
Roger, the 5-4 Arkansas. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm pushing 10 watts out of about a 6-foot telescopic antenna.
Well, it's working over to here anyway. Sounds pretty good.
All right, well, thanks for the contact. I'll say 73.
Thanks for the activation, 7-3. Kilo 7, Echo Lima, Victor. QSL, you're coming across a strong 5-7 Whiskey Alpha.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the contact. Yeah, I'm trying out antennas for a YouTube video review. These are all MFJ telescopic antennas.
That call is the tallest one.
All right, well, hey, man, I appreciate the contact. I'll say 73.
73, thanks for the activation. Echo 9, Bravo, Victor, Mobile. I'll give you a signal report on the next go out there, but I had you in there at about a 4-2.
Kilo 0 Foxtrot Yankee Romeo on 5-2 simplex. Yeah, I've got you kind of staticky. I'm hearing the fossil beds. Kilo 0925.
Roger. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Hope you have a fun out here.
Yeah, what's your summit designator? Got it. South Park 008. Do you need a spot?
No, I'm good. I'm headed back down there. Just about like 2 meters.
Okay. Well, I got you in the log there, brother. Anyway. So, let me tell you what happened with this other antenna. Let me grab it. All right. So the next antenna we tried is this one that came in the bag with no markings of what it is. There's no label. There was no instruction sheet. I can't find it on the MFJ website. It's longer than the 1820T, and it looks like the 1899, but it has sealed taps. Somebody told me it was 40 meters. Okay, tried it on the Rig Expert. This is not resonant on any frequency. The lowest SWR, it fluctuated between 5 and 7 SWR all the way across. And so most of the time this thing was 10 SWR or more, all the way out, extended, with it sitting on the same tripod, and it did not go resonant on any frequency all the way up through 6 meters. So no idea what this antenna is or what it's for. I mean, it could be a 2-meter antenna for all I know. It's just super long. And so I don't know why that would be a case, but this antenna, whatever it is with no number, doesn't work. So there you go. All right.
65 Delta Lima, Papa. Yes, sir. Good afternoon. I have you at a 5-7 into northeast Texas today. Over.
Oh, I appreciate that 5-7 into northeast Texas. Yeah, I'm only running 10 watts on a telescopic MFJ antenna, and so just trying this out for a YouTube video review.
Yes, sir. Well, I've been listening to you for several minutes while I finally got hammers up and loaded and adjusted and found you on here. And you've been very consistent. Good signal, good audio out of your QRP unit. Over.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, this antenna seems to work pretty well. I've gotten some good contacts all the way up into Washington State and over into North Texas and so forth. So it seems to be working very well for being only a 6-foot telescopic antenna. You're 5959 Colorado.
Roger, Roger. Thank you, sir. Well, 73 to you, Michael, and have fun, and keep on QRPing along the road there. You're doing a great job. This is W5ZLP. Bye-bye now.
Where's Ed?
Kilo 7 Juliet Hotel November. QSL, you're very light. You're about a 5'2", 52 into Idaho, over.
All right, so the next antenna I tried is this one. This is the 1898. It is in the neighborhood of 6 feet tall. It's on that copper ground rod with a clamp connector from MFJ, and I have to get the number on that. It is just running. There's no radials at all on that. It's just that ground rod. And it's running up a... Yes, sir. I hear the Nebraska, and I am in K-0925 in Colorado. So this antenna, again, is about 6 feet extended, and it's 2 feet off the ground. And I'll get a close-up of it here in a second. There's almost like a ruler guide that comes out of the bottom, and it goes from like 1 inch to 17 inches, this ruler guide where you can pull the antenna out, and that's kind of like a coarse adjustment. And so I adjusted it. It's on somewhere about 3 inches pulled out, and on the Rig Expert, that was about a 1.3 SWR. And so I'm sure you could probably fine tune it by tapping down the top of the Whiskey 5 Juliet Charlie Charlie.
I had you real good a moment ago, and I lost you down in my nose. I had you about a 5'2" here in East Texas, and I could hear you.
Yeah, Roger, I think the band is moving up and down. You're hitting me probably about a 5'3" right now, a 5'3" into Kilo 0925.
QSL, and when I heard you call QRP, I backed myself down as well. I'm running about 7 watts right now. Okay, well, that must be the conditions or whatever. I do like to back down low when I hear station calling the third QRP and try to do it that way both ways. But yeah, I've got you in here. You're back clear again, so I guess the band picked back up.
So again, I extended the base out maybe 2-3 inches or so, and that was the lowest SWR I had on the Rig Expert. And if you tap down the top, you know, I'm sure that you could probably bring it in a little lower. I've run it through the tuner anyway and got it down to 1-to-1, you know, so no problem with running it through the tuner and getting it to a 1-to-1. It's easy to do. Didn't have to do it. Could have probably just stayed like it was, resonant where it was, but it was just, you know, why not? Got the tuner here, got it set up, boom. And so right now of this activation, I've got 19 contacts, and it's pretty much spread all over. Currently getting a lot of Idaho and Washington, right on a line to Idaho and Washington. Previously had gotten California, Las Vegas, Phoenix, getting a lot of North Texas right now, so it seems to have a nice good line going northwest to southeast, right along that line. There's a real good spread of stations, but just this one a second ago was Nebraska on the far end. Let's see, anybody else recently? Kentucky, again, that's on this antenna. And so Kentucky, Arkansas, a lot of northeast Texas, a lot of Idaho, Washington, right on the corner, Coeur d'Alene area, and Spokane area, right? So this antenna seems to be working fine. The MFJ-1898T seems to be working very well just in this setup. I probably wouldn't travel with this unless I figured out another method of putting it on. I could... Unfortunately, it's a weird screw bottom, and you have to have that adapter on that screw bottom. Let's see if I can get a closer look. All right, this is how it connects, and it's got a screw that goes into this base. It's almost like a dipole screw, and this is the only setup, and I wouldn't be flying with this big copper rod stake. Maybe you could take just that bracket, but then what am I going to hook it to once I get there? Now, driving, I wouldn't have a problem. you know, no problem driving with any of this stuff in the car. And so maybe it's a good portable you can take in your camper or something when you're going out. But me flying from place to place, I wouldn't be able to probably take this antenna, but it's working really great. And so the 1820T, pretty good. Got about 5 to 6 contacts before I switched over. This one, boom, it hit in 13 contacts just on this one antenna alone. Seems to be doing very well.
Number 9 Foxtrot Uniform Echo, I got you 5-6 Illinois.
Hey, I appreciate the 5-6 Illinois. You're 5-9 into Colorado. My park is Kilo 0925.
Roger, roger. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the activation.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm going to switch over antennas and try a different antenna, but this was 10 watts off of a MFJ telescopic antenna. Yeah, the last antenna I'm going to try is the MFJ-1899T. I've used this before, and so I'll probably just link the previous video from in California when I had the thing set up. I only get one contact before I leave.
Kilo Golf 5 Hotel Bravo X-ray.
Hey, okay, roger that. Yeah, my regular base, anyway, I had radio sales. I had to hook up a different one. I tried to get you a moment ago. But anyhow, you're about a 54 into Tango X-ray.
Yeah, I received the 5.4 into Texas. Yeah, I'm running a vertical telescopic antenna. This thing may be about 4 feet tall.
A vertical antenna, how long?
It's about 4 feet tall.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, the band took a dive because you were S9, but now you've almost disappeared on me there. When I was trying to get you on the other radio, you were S9.
Yeah, roger. I was doing a different antenna. I'm doing changing the antennas out for doing YouTube reviews on them. And so this is a totally different antenna than earlier.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, the one you were on about 15 minutes ago, man, was S9 on me over here in Tango X-ray between Fort Worth and Abilene, Roger?
Yeah, roger. Yeah, that one seems to work pretty good. It might be another 4 feet taller than this one. And it seemed to be getting all over the place. It was getting up into Washington and Idaho, and I'm only running 10 watts.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to get a hold of you there. But I've got a driver final trying to fail on that 746. So I was doing something earlier I shouldn't have been doing, and I think I've blown the driver final.
Oh, well, I hope not. I mean, hopefully that would be an easy fix so you don't go down a radio.
Yeah, well, I'm back on the 891 now. I usually run my FT891 in here in the shack on A-trip. That 746 I generally just use for a 2-meter sideband, but anyway, I had to go, I activated the park Saturday, so I had to go back out there to the vehicle and get my 891 and bring it back in the shack.
All right, now I have switched to the antenna I have used before. This is the MFJ-1899T. It is a tapped antenna, and so it has tap points for, I believe, 80 meters all the way to 6 meters. I have it on the tap points for 20 meters, but let me explain that a little bit. There is a paper that comes in the bag, okay, and it has tap points and lengths of the actual antenna when it's extended. This is totally wrong. Like 100% wrong, okay? If you go on the MFJ website, you will find a manual for their telescopic antennas. It's a 3-page PDF. It covers the 1806 6-meter and then every band that they have, 1812, 1815, 1817, 1820T, like I used earlier, and so forth. And then it has a whole separate section just for the 1899T. It has the correct tap points and the correct lengths for the 1899T. Different than the one that comes in the package. This is the original one I had in the package when I did Coronado Island in California. This is wrong, okay? That sheet that you can download off the MFJ website has the correct lengths and distances. Now, I still ran it on the Rig Expert just to make sure. But the one on here would say tap 1 and 2 for 20 meters. So you got 20 meters, tap 1 and 2, and the length 39 inches or something. That's wrong. It's tap 1 and 3 and 47 inches. And it's now resonant, even though I touched it up with the tuner to get it off a 1.3 to a 1-to-1. It is correct on the PDF that you download from their website. So try to get that. All right, here's the bottom of the MFJ-1898 I was using earlier, and the little slide-out ruler that's on the bottom that you adjust the antenna with. And so, you know, you just twist the little locking knob and you pull that thing in and out, and it'll go from 1 inch to 17 inches. And most of the time I was running that 20 meters on right about 3.5 inches. And so, pretty interesting concept for coarse tuning. All right, so that's pretty much the end of the video. So, all in all, got about 20 to 22 contacts in 2 hours. Again, the intent was to try out different antennas, so there was antenna switching and testing with the rig expert, as well as changing the clamp, that MFJ clamp, so that it would fit on that ground stake. But got to try out 4 different antennas. The MFJ-1820T, which is a 20 meter telescopic. The one that didn't have any markings and had the super high SWR on all bands, so not really sure what that antenna is for. The MFJ-1898, which is the one that has the screw connector that goes to that big copper grounding stake. And that one seemed to work actually the best of the ones that I was trying. And then the last one we did was the MFJ-1899T, the one that has the tap points that I've used before. Still made contacts off of it, still got you know, pretty good distance with it. Just didn't have it up as long as I had up some of the other ones. And so I already knew that antenna worked, and I'll try to put a link in the video for the Coronado activation where I used the 1899T on the beach in California and was still able to get out quite a ways. So I already knew that antenna worked. The 1898 was really impressive. But again, if I'm flying, I'm not taking that grounding stake. And so it's going to be one of those, you know, could I get away with a different type of stake? Could I get away with something that might fit in the box that I fly with? Or, you know, would it be prudent to buy some type of rod or stake or something when I get to a place? That seems like a little extra effort, so I'm not sure if I would do that. Taking it in a vehicle or RV or whatever, no problem at all. And that was a great antenna, and that got out the most and the farthest, I think. And so the MFJ-1898 seemed pretty solid. All of these were vertical telescopic antennas. That's going to mean that they're going to have a high Q. So you'd have to make sure that your SWR or your SWR is right exactly where you want it to be if you're trying to get it to resonance. If not, you know, I use the MFJ-904 tuner just to tweak everything down to a 1-to-1, and it was perfectly fine. Most of my SWRs ended up being a 1 to 1.3 or so, and then I would just tweak them down. But that unknown, unmarked antenna, couldn't get that thing below like a 7 or whatever SWR, so I don't know what that antenna's for. Anyway, till next time, I'm going to go ahead and go 73 on this. I guess the next experiments will be with some of the other telescopic antennas. I know I have a 6-meter one. A little hard to get 6 meters on most people over here, and so I can try that out, as well as putting up my wires and running through that MFJ SWR separate meter, you know, without going through obviously this 904 tuner. So we'll see how that goes, and until next time, this is Ham Solo, K0FYR 73.